Alright, hey, welcome back to another video where I review a thing. As you can see here, I have the newly released NECA King Kong from the original 1930s film. This is the only Kong figure I have. I unfortunately didn't pick up the other releases, one of which just had such a goofy looking face I didn't even want it. But now with this one being released, I figured I really wanted to get a giant gorilla to put on a shelf somewhere. So I picked him up. Nothing on the box to read other than the words King and Kong. So let's get right into this review. First off, here's a full look-see-daisy at his whole body. Just working my way up. It's a pretty great sculpt. I assume it's the exact same as the other King Kong releases. I am unsure, however, about the scarring on his chest right here. But other than that, I think it should be all the same. He's got those real long gorilla arms as well. So yeah, let's get right into this. I'll go over the articulation and then what all he comes with and the figure itself. So articulation, his head is on this, whatever joint this is called. As you can see. It's really a tight move. I don't know what this would be, maybe like a dumbbell joint or something. But his head, let me see here. Let me get this position correctly. Moves up about yay high. So if you have anything taller than him, he can definitely look up and stare at it. Down, not much. You're not getting a whole lot of Kong looking down at anything. I don't know if any of the other King Kongs came with the little woman. I can't remember her name. But yeah, you're not going to be able to look down at her unless you bend his chest. Speaking of bending his chest, I'm not good at segues. So he can, let me try. I'm trying to bend him forward using only his chest. Let's see. So he bends, let me move his arm about that far forward. Just pretty good. He has a nice gorilla hunch. He also has this disgusting looking giant tumorous back when you do that. And he can bend, oh man, there we go. He can bend very far back. So if, he needs to take a punch from someone, you can have him do that. He can be, splayed out, flying away, getting punched by fucking Flash, I guess, because people are definitely going to use this as a Gorilla Grodd. Well then, well here's how his torso works. Wasn't expecting that to happen. As you can see, it's just a big old dumbbell joint. And the torso up here, it's made out of fairly solid plastic. What is going on? What happened to this side of his chest? I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. Look at that. It looks like someone just fucking took a Dremel to it or something. Let me plug this back on. There we go. So, yeah, buyer beware. Your King Kong may fall apart at the torso. He spins all the way around. Can sort of lean about yay to the side and back, obviously. I would assume it's probably, yeah, it's more or less the same on each side. Little crotch area. The lower bit of his fur is made out of a soft rubber. You can sort of see it squishing and moving. So it is malleable enough and pliable to get his legs up, to kick, or hop. I don't know. Whatever King Kong does. Line dancing, I guess. So there you are. Legs move about this far out, so he can, sit down on them. And they go about that far back. Not very far, but I mean, do you really need to get him in that much of a running position? What is that on his leg? It's like silver paint or something. Double jointed knees, I believe. So they bend so far back. You get that real elongated NECA joint right here when you do that. but it looks fine. It's all fur, although that does look a little bit like tree bark. His feet are the most problematic, probably, I think. I was having issues getting him to stand on his own. I think it just might be the tightness of them or how they're sculpted. Gotta sort of finagle him a little bit. Something about his legs seems off, like one is slightly turned inward, but I'm not entirely sure if that's just a figment of my imagination or not. Arms. Ugh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoa, oh my god, what is happening? Okay, arms. Goes that far out, so he has quite an impressive arm span. Just trying to zoom back so you can see him on all of his glory. Yeah. Arms rotate, bicep swivel. He has a double jointed arm, which is really cool. I really love his giant gorilla arms. They're just so long and insane looking. I don't know if that hangs in there all the way. Double jointed, like I said. His hands. Let me see. So, you get a little bit up, a little bit down, and then they spin all around. They are fairly, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't really move them as well as you could just due to the sculpt right here that extends down past the hand peg. He does have all of these little gashes and battle marks. That's really it, other than just the really good looking fur texture. It's good looking all the way down. Even, you know, on the joints, like on his knees or something, they did a very good job of hiding it. Yeah, see right here. So look at that. Notice how the joints are right in this little U shape. But on this side, it's like slightly askew, so he sort of stands pigeon-toed. I don't know what's up with that. And you can't really move the hips at all to spin them, so that's odd. I don't know what that's about. One thing I did notice about his fur is right there. Let me focus. Let's see. Right here. It looks like, I don't know what this is, but it's like the sculpt itself got chipped away. Again, it's like someone took a Dremel to it and started digging into the plastic and then stopped. So I don't know where in the production of this figure that happened, but it is definitely something that happened to mine. It's fine though. NECA, if you want to send me another one of these, I will gladly accept it for this heinous crime against action figures. But yeah, it's on the back, luckily, so it's not that big of a deal. And it's a dark figure anyway, so you can't really make it out all too well. Let's get into the accessories, the head of which is one. So I'm just going to prop up this headless gorilla corpse in the corner. So, more gashes on the side of his face. He has some great, just gross, grimy, shiny, wet teeth and gums. You can't really see his eyes very well in any lighting. I gotta like sort of finagle him, but his eyes look fantastic, even though you can't see him. You'll be able to see him maybe better on the other figure, maybe not. There you go. So look at that. Those are just incredible looking. That's like just fucking like miniature glass eyes or something. They look great. It's unfortunate that they're just so obstructed just by his giant brow. More gashes on this side. Just fantastic sculpt on NECA's part. I love this head sculpt. The other head it comes with is this goofy looking motherfucker right here. This is surprised King Kong, you know, when he's taking a shower and Godzilla walks in on him or something, or he's watching some gorilla porn and his mom comes in. This is the face he would make. Also has the gashes on there. I don't think they are the same. Yeah, no. So on the screaming face, he has just a big gash on his cheek. How much is this focusing? There we go. Just a big gash on his cheek. One on his, three on his brow. Jesus. right there, and then another side on his cheek. The biggest complaint I have about this figure is that I wish he could close his mouth completely. So obviously, you know, he can open it that much, and it is hinged on the back here, so you can move it like so, but see, I would prefer it to close right there. So that way, you know, you get a close-eyed, close-mouthed, wide-eyed Kong. But it opens up ever so slightly, and then over the course of time, it just slowly sort of opens and falls back down. Other accessories are hands. So he has these two wide-palmed, open-palmed hands. Each its own sculpt. Not the same on either side. And then two gripping hands for the other accessories that he does come with, which you will see shortly. It has the, there goes the box, the two fists, which are, you know, they're just fists. So those are all of the hands he comes with. So in total, it is, what, 6 pairs of hands, an extra head, and the final two accessories is this pterodon. So you can fly this bad boy around. Only articulation is in the head, so it can look down. Kong can, you know, you can play. The pterodon flies in, he goes, "Brock, work's over," and then Kong goes, "Yabba dabba doo," and then runs off. Again, the eyes on it are just, like, you know, piercing. Like, they look so good and creepy. And it's got this gross little, whatever that bit of the neck is called on, you know, chickens and shit. Gross leathery wings that look like a trash bag. I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen the original King Kong film. I don't know how accurate this is to any pterodons that are in that movie. I don't really remember them all too well. So I'm not sure if this is based on the 1930s film or a subsequent film or what, or if it's just sort of NECA's own idea. So head moves that far up so you can get it in a flying position, and this far down. If you want to buy 3 King Kongs, you can get 3 pterodon babies for that Mattel Jurassic World pterodon that is released, and its mouth goes that far down. Its mouth is also articulated and has a gross little tongue inside. Anyway, the only complaint I have is that the paint on the back of the wings, it's not the best. I figure it's supposed to look like that because it's supposed to look like a movie from the 30s or something. But, I mean, the rest of it doesn't really look like a movie from the 30s. It looks pretty realistic, and then you get this on the back. So yeah, that's kind of a, I won't say letdown because it's still a great figure. And, actually, where's the other final accessory? I think I lost it already. And the next accessory, it's called a pit monster. It's the monster that's in the pit. It's very nice sculpted. Very nicely sculpted. Yeah, it looks really good. I like it. No articulation anywhere in the body except for the neck, so it can look around, back and forth, spin around, and then its mouth does open up to reveal some gnarly looking teeth. And this, its eyes are a little bit of red and a little pupil inside. I like it. It's really nice, especially for the size. It's very detailed in its sculpt and everything. As you can see, like all the bumps and wrinkles and whatnot. There is another accessory that Kong does come with, and that is a giant tree that he can use as a bat. I don't know what happened to it. I've already lost it. Here's the size comparison between the pterodon and the pit monster. So, yeah, I guess that's about the correct size that they should be. I'm going to move all these out here so I can compare him to some other figures. Here he is next to NECA 2016 Godzilla. I can't remember what Godzilla film that is, but it's the only Godzilla figure I own aside from a 1990 a Godzilla figure that I turned into a lizard from Spider-Man Custom, just because I didn't have one. But yeah, there he is. It's yeah, it's a good height comparison. I think it looks good. I like it. Who cares if Godzilla's a bit bigger? There you go. They can Eskimo kiss. I mean, based on just the bulkiness of Godzilla, and versus the size and height of Kong, I think that works out pretty well. Especially if you can build yourself a little miniature city for these two to fight in, take some action figure photography, do some ACBA. Oh god, the fucking main problem is that Kong just does not want to stand. This Godzilla, here's a mini review for this. Although it is, you know, a sort of realistic realistic taking interpretation of the character, it still retains that man in a costume look, whereas the King Kong doesn't look like a little stop-motion puppet or a man in a costume. It just looks like a big gorilla. Next up is a 6-inch Black Series Chewbacca that I repainted. This is the Solo Chewbacca. And, you know, he's like one of the tallest figures in the Black Series wave, or series in general. They're about the same height, actually. You know, King Kong has that gross little cone head peak. There he goes. Let's see. So, you know, if you want to do this, you can. There you are. If you want to make a custom Chewbacca using a King Kong, you can. You're going to have to do some work on the neck, though. But it's always a possibility for anybody with an imagination. And here he is next to just a basic Marvel Legend figure. Got the Hydra Soldier, which I would like to get some more of. Let me stand Kong up as tall as he can go so he's not hunched over or anything. Again, that left leg, there's something weird about it. Like he just naturally stands with the right leg forward and the left leg back, and I don't know if I like that. But anyway, here he is next to a Hydra Trooper. So he has a good couple heads on a average size Marvel Legend. I don't have any Flash figures, so I had to make my next best option, which is a Batman figure. Batman obviously has fought gorillas plenty of times. Check out that video on my channel by clicking that little gray box up on the top. But here is the Mezco Dark Knight Returns Batman. So, yeah, if you want old Batman to fight young Kong, you can definitely do that if you want. This is the only Mezco Batman I have. I think they're all around this general height. So, the reason that I have wanted one of these King Kongs for so long, even though it's only been out for like a year, I think is when they first released the first iteration, is to create a villain for my Hellboy figure. This is not the authentic 1000 Toys Hellboy. This is a knockoff, so it constantly falls apart, but I still dig it. It looks good on a shelf, not moving at all. But yeah, I want to hopefully get another one of these King Kongs and customize it into the Kriegaf, I think is what they're called in Hellboy. It's the giant Nazi gorilla cyborgs. So I'd like to, again, just get one of these at least to be able to create a villain for Hellboy to fight. I think it would look pretty good alongside my other Hellboy customs. If you'd like to see those in a video, I don't know, let me know. I'll review them if you want. Definitely pick it up. I think it is very cool, and it's just a really fun figure to pose and play around with. And the scoring for this figure, I give this King Kong 10 Morrises out of a possible 10 Morrises. That's right, I'm continuing to use the Shang-Chi Morris figure as my review rating system. There's the comparison between these two. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Do you have this King Kong? Would you like to get it? Subscribe to my channel for more, I guess, toy-related content. Sometimes I'll do video games if I have the time, and definitely comic book-related stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye!